Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, we're actually completing my current top 10 series for the year. We have hit up multiple parts of my makeup collection over the last couple months, and I chatted about my current top 10 favorites, and we're finishing it off with eyeshadow palettes. I love eyeshadow. It's one of my favorite parts of makeup. It probably is my favorite part of makeup, not gonna lie. It's just so fun. I love all the different color combinations you can do. I love seeing how creative brands can be. I love seeing the theming, the formulations. It's all just so good, and I'm really excited to share my top 10 favorites. Some things have changed since last year. Some things have definitely shifted and moved around, new things have gotten added, and I'm very excited to share them with you. Before we get into it, I would love to hear your guesses on what you think my #1 favorite is. I don't want you to cheat, I just want to hear your guesses just based on what I've mentioned and used and loved and all the things. I would also love to hear your top favorites as well. Feel free to give me a full top 10 or just give me a couple favorites. Before we hop into the video itself, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on Instagram and TikTok and probably YouTube Shorts. If not, it's coming very soon by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories go, unfortunately, I don't know where they're from. This is just an old choker, and these were a gift, so I don't know what the seller was. I don't remember. Sorry. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about my current top 10 favorite eyeshadow palettes. All right, my friends, we're gonna get into my top 10 eyeshadow palettes. I am so excited. So much has changed since last year. Like, some things have stayed the same, but there has definitely been some new additions and rearrangements, and I'm just so excited to share my updated top 10 with you. First things first though, honorable mentions. Because it goes without saying, my collabs that I have done are my ultimate favorites. I'm not including them in my top 10 because that would take away 3 slots, and I'd rather also showcase other things because, like I said, it goes without saying that these are my absolute favorites. First being my first collab with Shroud, the It's Freaking Bats palette. I will cherish this until the day I die. It is my absolute everything, by far my favorite thing I've ever done in my entire life. I'm just so obsessed with this, completely and utterly in love and forever obsessed. And then later on, we launched the Halloween palette together, kind of the sequel to our first palette. This was our Halloween extravaganza. We wanted something that would be a standalone Halloween dream, but also go with the other palettes so nicely. Just look how cute they are together. I live and breathe. I'm obsessed. And then a totally different route that I went with my Odin's Eye collab, the Planet Spirit palette. I wanted to play with my colorful side. These ones are kind of an ode to my grungy side. I also love bright, fun, amazing colors, and that's what I wanted this one to be. It's just everything to me. As of this moment, this one is still available, but it will eventually be sold out. It's only limited edition. These two, however, will be around until further notice, basically until there's no interest anymore. So you can pick any of these up. I think these are available as of the moment that I'm filming this, but if not, they'll be coming back soon. All right, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into my official top 10. Number 10 is my Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes. Just look how beautiful. It is a grungy masterpiece. I love this one. By far my favorite Ace Beauté palette ever. I think the mattes are insane. I love the combination of very bright with very grungy, and these 3 shimmers are just breathtaking. They're so sparkly on the lids. I'm so in love with this one. Ranked number 9. I'm so bitter that this was like such a quick limited edition release. I wish this one could have stuck around or they would bring it back, because this is by far the best palette Beauty Bay's ever done, which, to be fair, I've only tried a couple palettes, but this is the best one that I've tried, especially based on color story. This one just screams to my soul. Again, we have bright colors, but we also have moody grunginess. The shimmers in here are so reflective and wet looking on the lids. It is just a perfect palette. This one is so good. Like, I have the Opulence one and I have the Earthy and the Midnight, but really the other palettes that Beauty Bay releases, I get tempted because I love this formula, but I don't know, things just don't stand to compete with this one. This one's just perfect. Number 8 is my Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lure palette. This one is too good. I'm so obsessed. I love that it's such a perfect, concise color story, but still with her traditional arrangement of like light, medium, deep. The shimmers in here are top tier. She has upped her shimmer game so much, and I love, love, love to see it. This is just so amazing. I love blue, purple, pink, green. It's just all good things. And Blend Bunny has one of my favorite matte formulas of all time. They blend like butter. Number 7 is my Stone and Rock palette from Odin's Eye. Aside from my own personal collab, this is by far my favorite palette they've ever released. It is just a Swamp Queen grungy dream. I am obsessed. I love these colors. If you know me at all, this is just such a me palette. It makes my heart so happy. The shimmers are insane and the mattes are just so good. Odin's Eye has such a good formula. Obviously I love them or I wouldn't have collabed with them, but this is just such a top tier palette. Number 6 is my Moonfall palette from Shroud. This one launched earlier this year and I'm just so obsessed. Of course, aside from my own collabs with Shroud, those are my favorites, but this is my favorite palette aside from that they have done. It's just too good. These grungy tones, these sparkly shifty shimmers, they are just everything. And I am so obsessed. This is such a good release and I'm just so excited for her to release more things. Since we're friends and we chat a lot, like I always know things she's cooking up for the future and I just can't wait for you guys to see what she's been working on. Number 5, the Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics. Such an old favorite, such a timeless palette for me. It is just the ultimate grungy neutrals. This is such a good go-to. One of my favorite black eyeshadows of all time. It's just such a good palette. This is the first one I ever tried from Melt and I have been in love with it for, gosh, I think it's been 5 years now. I've had this palette for a really long time and I'm still just as obsessed. And number 4 is my Muerte palette from Melt. 2 Melt palettes in this mix. I love it. It's just insane. I remember being so enamored by this when it got revealed and being so in love with it when I tried it, and I'm still so in love with it. I think I've also had this one, has it been 4 years since this one launched? Something like that. It's just too good. The moody reds with the bright pinky red with the blues and the teals. It's just, oh my gosh, it is so good. Number 3 is my Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. This is just too good. I remember being so thrilled. I think this got revealed, 2 years ago? I thought this was one of the coolest color stories I'd ever seen. I love the mixture of grunginess with the bright springy tones, the bright turquoise shades with the moody rosiness. It's just so fun and I still love it so, so much. I think this is such a beautiful, fun, creative palette, and Kaleidos, you haven't done a fun, creative palette in a hot minute. It's just been little quads ever since this. We need to see something new. Thank you very much. Knowing my luck, it's gonna be revealed and launched and announced by the time this video goes up, which I'm hoping. That happens to me a lot. I'll speak a new palette release into existence. So Kaleidos, give us a new palette. Moving on to number 2, I had to give it to my Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. I'm just so excited. I already posted my 2023 palette ranking at the halfway point of the year, and this one, spoiler alert, did make number 1 of the year. It's just my favorite one I've tried so far this year. This was such a good introduction to the brand. I'm so excited for my Delicious Delights and Serenity palette to arrive, which if they've arrived by the time this video goes up, there's probably already a video up with them, but if not, it's coming very soon, don't you worry. I'm pre-filming a little bit. I have some travel coming up in July. But I'm obsessed. I think this is so good. These shimmers are so glossy and shifty on the lids, and the mattes are so easy to work with, almost as blendable as Blend Bunny. They are just insane. I'm so in love, and I just can't wait to try the other 2 palettes that I ordered. I can't wait to see what more this brand has cooking up. I'm so excited. And finally, number 1. This will not be a surprise, but drum roll please. Number 1 remains my Blend Bunny Surge palette. I just couldn't knock it out of number 1. It still just makes me so happy to look at. I love this pastel row with the mids, with the deeps, with the pops of neon. The neon row with the deeps really sells it to me. There are so many grungy tones in here. The shimmers they're good. She has definitely stepped up her shimmer formula since this palette. I almost wouldn't be mad to see this palette re-released with the beefed up shimmers personally, but the original shimmers were still nice. They're better now. But even that aside, this is still my favorite palette. This color story just screams to me. It's the perfect combination of super bright, but also super grunge, and it's amazing. And I am so forever obsessed with this. This was the first palette I ever tried from the brand, and I am so excited that I treated myself to this because it unlocked one of my favorite brands of all time for me. And I I am forever obsessed. And yeah, I think I've said enough. These are my top 10 favorite palettes, including my honorable mentions of my own collabs, of course. Let's zoom out and finish up this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for watching this series. I can't believe it's already done for the year, and we'll hit it up again next year. As always, I do a makeup collection and declutter series of my entire makeup collection at the end of every year, so just stay tuned just a few more months until I start tackling that again. And honestly, it sounds daunting. I'm glad that we still have some months until I do that series again. I would love to hear your thoughts though. Are you obsessed with any of the palettes I talked about today as much as I am? Do you want any of them? I would love to know. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me your current top 10 favorite emojis. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I'm battybean on everything: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm posting most days here as well. And feel free to join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only get ready with me once a month. You'll also get access to the previous ones I've already uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.